Alright, welcome everybody. Today we're going to be talking about changes in dimensions of 2D shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the slides, and you follow along, go through the examples, and after that y'all can try the examples. The iExcel. Alright, so today on the agenda, changes in dimension of 2D shapes. So changes in the width or the height, and how that affects the area and the perimeter. Objective: students will determine the change in area and perimeter after change in the dimensions of a shape. And again, the big idea is area and volume. So vocabulary: dimensions just means either the width or the height. Alright, so take a look at these examples. Notice here that if I double the width of this rectangle, turn it to 4, then the area will actually double as well. And if I instead double the height and don't change the width, then again the area will double. Now here's the key thing: if I change both the width and the height, I double both, then the area will actually quadruple. Okay, so we can summarize this in the following way. Suppose either the base or the height of a parallelogram is changed by a factor of n, then the area will be n times a. So for example, if the parallelogram's height is 3 times as big, then the area will be 3 times as big. But if and only if both the base and the height are changed by a factor of n, then let me write this on here. Then the perimeter will be n times bigger, and the area will be bigger by a factor of actually n squared. Like this. Okay, so we'll go ahead and write that on your notes as well. For a circle, it's also going to be a factor of n squared. So if the if the radius doubles, then the area will quadruple. And actually, it works with fractions too. If the radius is half as much, then the area of this one will be 1/4 as much. So here's the rule: a change in radius by a factor of n leads to a change in area by a factor of n squared. So for example, if the radius changes by 2, then the area will change by 2 squared, which is 4. So let's try an example. If the base of the triangle below is quadrupled, so 4 times bigger, how much bigger would its new area be? Okay, so this is one dimension, so we should see that the area also quadruples. But let's just calculate to be sure. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So in this case, 1/2 4 times 1, that's going to be 2. Alright, now if I quadruple the base, then it would be 16. So do 1/2 16 times 1, and that equals 8, which you can see that 8 is 4 times bigger, so it would be 4 times bigger. Boom. Alright, next one. Alright, if the radius of the circle is halved, what would the new area be? So with circles, it's n squared, so we'll do half, and then we'd have to square that, and that would be 1/4. So the new area will be 1/4 or 1/4 as much. Alright, now we've got two-dimensional changes. So if the base is tripled and the height is quadrupled, so the triple will be 3, quadruple will be 4, what will happen to the new area? Well, we actually got to multiply those two things. 3 times 4 gives us 12. So the new area is going to be 12 times bigger. Alright, so that's it. Y'all try the iExcel Geometry S11. When you're done, complete the exit ticket in the last 10 minutes of class. Alright?